Hi, and welcome to episode 5 of Daisy Knits. It is November 2nd, and we are recording in the floor of my neighbor room, shop room, so shop behind me. I'm Jennifer, Daisy. You can find me at Daisy Knits on Instagram and Daisy on Ravelry. The shop is at daisyknits.com. I think that's everything to start with. So I hope that your week's been good. I'll give you a little brief rundown of what's going on with us, and we'll chat again, I guess. Here we go. Last week I had on the needles, I was working on my hand spun shawl, and it is finished. That is what I had left. There's not much there. It was not enough to finish a row. I had to play a little yarn chicken, and I lost, so I had to back out a row and come back. But I love it. It is obviously not washed and blocked. My ends are not woven in. I'll probably get to that. But it is done, and I am thrilled with it. It's just a nice, smushy, warm, lovely thing. So I am ready to wear it this winter. I'll wash it, obviously. Eventually I'll get to washing it. And I'll probably weave in at least this end. I'll probably get to both ends, actually. I'm very bad about weaving in my ends. I tend to wait till I'm actually needing to wear it before they get woven in, just because it's a step that I typically don't take the time to do. But that is that. It is my hand spun out of North Cabin Fibers. I got this at Knit in the Mitten last year, and I had 240 yards, and the colorway is Berry Trail for You. Lori is the dyer behind this, and I loved it. It was just a fun spin. It was actually the first thing I spun on my e-spinner when I got it after my birthday last year. So it's kind of special, and going to Knitting in the Mitten tomorrow, so I wanted to finish it up before I went to Knitting in the Mitten again. So there's that. I talked about my future knitting would be dishcloths for Grandma. I don't know if you can tell, that is a much smaller ball. Dishcloth number 1 is done. Yeah, and it kind of looks like a kite. I would love to know if anybody can tell me. Am I the only one who, when I do Granny's favorite dishcloth pattern, I always end up with a little bit of a kite shape going on? I know wash it, block it, throw it in the washer, run it around a few times, it straightens back out, but mine always come out with just my bind off end. It's always a little bit lumpier than my cast on. But there's that. It is done, ready to go. I have the second one here, needle sitting here. So I think I finished that in just a couple of hours, so I will either tonight or tomorrow sit down and work on that. If I don't get it done tonight, I'll take it with me for Knitting in the Mitten, and it will be retreat knitting because it's just brainless. Go to town, crank through that. But dishcloth number 1 is done. I want to get dishcloth number 2 done in the next week. That way I can pack up Grandma's package and get it ready to go. So what? Well, poopers, I didn't grab my current project. So, hang on a second. And I'm back. Sorry about that. I really thought I grabbed everything, and apparently I didn't. So, my current project is a little bit loud and proud. It is Nanny Swamo. I don't know if I'm saying that right because I don't ever say anything right. National Knit a Sweater in a Month. And I know that people track like number of stitches, and I'm not doing all that. That's too much work. I'm just going to knit a sweater and enjoy the process. So I had asked on Instagram a week ago, week and a half maybe, which color. And All Mad Here won. Let's see if I can get that in here. This is All Mad Here, and it is dyed on a test base. I don't know if I'll carry this in the shop or not, but I want to play with it and find out. I really love the feel of it. It is a 60-40 merino bamboo blend, worsted weight. And it is just, the shine and the drape is gorgeous. So I am working with that. Figure why not? A sweater for me, and I can see how it wears. Sorry, zipper problems. I can see how it wears. So what I'm doing is just a simple raglan top down, let's see, sweater. It'll be a cardigan, just because I tend to wear cardigans more. I like my t-shirts and I'll throw a cardigan over it, or like in the summertime, I have a couple of cropped cardies. I will wear a tank top and throw them over. I like that style, that layering better for me. So I'm obviously not very far into this, and I don't have a pattern. I used a recipe. I don't remember what it is. I'll link it. I want to say something magic. Basically, you figure out your gauge, you do a couple measurements, and you go. I'm really lazy and I don't do all the measurements even. I do my gauge swatch, I measure, I cast on, I measure my neck, you cast on from there, and then I knit trying it on. I have magic tubing that I love, and I just keep trying it on until the raglan increases are as far down as I want, especially since I tend to wear t-shirts under them. So I tend to make it a little bit bigger through here, just to accommodate my t-shirts underneath. Then you take the sleeves off and zoom down the body. I will come back and pick up my button band, and I think I'm going to do just a simple button band with one button. I have a rhinestone giant, it's like this big, huge button, clear rhinestone gaudy thing that I think will be awesome on this yarn. I have a few other buttons. I have some black roses that I might use instead. I don't know. I really like the rhinestone. My husband is not so certain. He looks at it and goes, So I don't know for sure which one I'm going to use yet. I think I might go with rhinestone, but you never know. I've got a whole sweater to figure this out. And then I like the look of a couple other colors, so I might look at doing something different on that too. I am taking notes, which I didn't. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see if this pattern tells us. It doesn't tell me. I didn't print it all off. But I don't know if you can see. It's a free pattern. I'm not giving anything away. You just enter in your measurements and then you do the little flow chart to cast on things. Like I said, I'll link it. I forgot what it was called. But there's that. I have a whole sweater to figure out, buttons and neckband colors and all that good stuff. This one right now is traveling around in my Into the Wool bag by Rainstorm Studios. In case you hadn't noticed, I have a thing for Rainstorm Studios. Willow Rose and I kind of run around a little, so I have a few of her bags. It'll travel around in here for a bit until it gets just too big, and then I'll move it to a different one. This is ball number 1. I have 2 of these. So, I mean, it's not quite as big as my head. It's a big ball, though. I think it was just over 650, 700 yards in here. So, I got plenty of yardage to do a sweater. I'll pay attention when I wind up the second one a lot more to what my yardage really is on that. But that is my current sweater. Let's see what else is going on there. Master Knitter Program. So I have had some progress today, this week actually. I'll show you a few. I have swatches blocking. Not the best blocking job. I'm probably going to have to redo them. But in all honesty, I have to seam them. I have this is my Master Knitter bag. I love this saying. This came from I Rock Corey. She made this and gave them out. I don't know if you can read that or not. It says, if you could spend an hour with anyone living or dead, what would you knit? I love it. It just cracks me up. That's what my master knitter swatches tend to travel around in. So I have 4 over here. I have 6 more in my bag. Yeah, 6 more. So they're seaming though. So you have 2 of those little swatches for every one swatch for the turning in. So I really need to get busy actually practicing my seaming, but I need to block them all first. So the 6 that are in here are not blocked, obviously. These guys over here are blocked. They'll probably be dry. Really, they're probably dry enough now. I could take them off, and then I'll turn around and block some more to practice my seaming. I think the first 9 swatches are all seaming. So, I mean, I've got 5 going. Not too bad of a start. But that's what's going over here with Master Knitter Program. I am not sure if I'm going to get to a whole lot this week. Like I said, Knitting in the Mitten, I leave on the 3rd, Wednesday, tomorrow for me. Y'all are in the future, so I don't know when it will be for you. And I will be gone Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I'll be home Sunday. Realistically, I'm not taking it. I'm not messing with it. My sweater will go with me. Grandma's dishcloth will go with me. And I might take little man's yarn to do his monster. That might go with me too. But that's it. I'm going to be realistic. I'm not going to sit down and do master knitter stuff. There's no way. I don't have the brain capacity when I'm talking that much to focus on it. So that's not going to go. That leaves, Monday and Tuesday of next week before I record again. And Monday morning we have co-op. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I did a trunk show this weekend. Speaking of things happening. So I did a trunk show last weekend, Knitting in the Mitten this weekend. It's good. I wanted to say a big thank you to Julie. Phenomenal little shop. Claire was one of the owners of the shop. She's who I dealt with, and the shop's name was In a Yarn Basket. They are on Instagram. You can go check them out as well, In a Yarn Basket. And I have not been in a real yarn shop in a long time. So it was a lot of fun. It was so much fun to see everybody laugh and chat and help. It was just a wonderful experience. If you're in the area, stop by, go visit them. I had a blast and a half. Time flew by. I couldn't believe I was there 5.5 hours. It didn't seem like that at all, but it was so much fun. So I wanted to say thank you to Claire, thank you to In a Yarn Basket, and thank you very much to Julie for letting me know about the place. Like I said, if you're in the area, stop by. So that's that. The only other thing I have is I was going to show y'all a colorway that I was playing with. Oh, I'm getting good color in here. This is a colorway that I did for Into the Mitten, Knitting in the Mitten. And I'm calling it Peeping. It reminds me of all the leaves that are turning right now. I've got beautiful greens and just lots of shades of red and tans and golds. Let's see. The golds are, oh, there we go. That's a little better right through here. I'll have this colorway with me at Knitting in the Mitten. After that, if you're interested, send me a message. Otherwise, I can dice them up. But this is what's been in my pot this week. Is this colorway coming out for Into the Mitten. Knitting in the Mitten. Oh, I'll get it right eventually. So I think that's everything I have for y'all this week. Next week will be a normal week. I'll be home all week next week, so it'll be a normal week after I get back. And if you have questions, hit me up. Like I said, I'm Daisy on Ravelry, Daisy Knits on Instagram, daisyknits@gmail.com. Otherwise, I'll talk to you next week. See ya!